Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers have more information about the seller and the business to help them make a buying decision. Before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of this business. It's an Amazon FBA business created in September of 2019 in the home and occasion and gifts niches. And the average monthly revenue for the business is $46,277 and makes an average of $8,026 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are an Amazon Seller Central account with 38 SKUs, a primary domain and all site content and files, supplier contracts, freight forwarder instructions, Pinterest account, trademarks, copyrights, promo images, videos, and artwork. And just as a disclaimer, inventory is not normally included in the list price, but further details can be provided to verified buyers. So for everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 63507 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So that's a brief overview of the business for sale. Let's hear from the seller with me today. So welcome to the show, Gautam. How are you doing today?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is great to have you, and I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your business. So to start us off, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure, yeah. So I'm a graphic designer by profession, and I've been selling unique products, designs online in Etsy and other marketplaces. Generally, designs that doesn't generate a lot of sales volume. So I started thinking of putting my designs in products that have large sales volume or big demand. And that's when I started learning about Amazon FBA and have been selling since 2019.
Awesome. Okay, so yes, it's kind of a recent start into Amazon and you've been quite successful. I really like how you transferred your existing skill set in your career and figured out how to use that entrepreneurially on Amazon FBA and in e-commerce. Awesome. So you started this business in 2019. Why are you deciding to sell the business instead of keeping it and growing it?
So one of the main issues I had when I started this business and growing this business is a cash flow issue. And at the time when I started this business, I started a new family, having kids. There were a lot of expenses for my family, buying a new house. And this business was a lot help for our family to deal with extra expenses. And I did reinvest a good chunk of the profit that was coming into the business. But with all the expenses, it was not easy to grow and continue because of cash flow issues. So this is the main reason is basically I want to start a new startup and I don't want to deal with a cash flow issue. This business has a lot of opportunities. It is a niche where you can grow by providing a lot of products that complement each other. The revenue, the sales I was able to generate was from one of these products. And currently, if you see my listings at Amazon, there are other products that are being sold together with mine because they complement. But I wasn't able to grow the business because it requires capital. And that is the reason why I wanted to sell so that in my next startup, I will be much better prepared, with issues related to cash flow.
Yep. So it sounds like your next startup might not be e-commerce or might not involve physical products.
Yes, it will not be definitely in the same niche or at Amazon FBA. I have new ideas, but it will require some capital. And this is a very successful business, and I wish if I could continue, but probably some other person with a much better prepared person will be able to grow it at a much larger scale than I can at this time.
Yeah, that's a good place to be in where the business is still a successful and profitable business. It's just limited by capital because in some cases, buyers, it's very straightforward for how buyers can grow a business if that's the reason why the business is limited in growth. Okay, great. So during the time that you've built the business, what did you learn from building it that just seemed to work, that contributed to your success?
One of the things that really helped me was choosing a niche where the products already exist and they are proven products with a lot of demand. But with my background as graphic designer, I was able to research the market and provide a different design into proven products. That really helped, but at the same time, with Amazon FBA, you need to also take a look on the fees associated with selling. And these products, they are lightweight and they are in the small standard size tier at Amazon. I pay very minimal fees, FBA fees, and that helps a lot because I was able to sell these products, source these products with minimal expenses, minimal FBA fees. I was able to offer this product at affordable prices, but with quite sufficient profit margin. And that helps a lot because the more people buy the product, the more it gets ranked and becomes visible at Amazon. And the product obviously can be sold in multiple quantities. So it can fall under large standard and small standard. And the fact that I was able to start as a small standard and offer other large standard products or different quantities with the same listing, I was able to reach different people, customers, basically looking for variety. And that helps a lot. And since the volume was coming from the most affordable ones, I was still able to get the visibility I wanted, but also offer the more expensive ones in the same listings at Amazon. And that was really helpful.
Yeah, I like that. So, first, your method of product selection or niche selection was what is already performing well, has a high sales volume amongst the competitors, and you have a skill set where you can come in and make different products, unique products, or better products. I like that. And then on the maybe the operations side or the financial side, the fees are low, which provides a good profit margin, but it also allows you to start with some lower risk products, it sounds like, and then expanding into maybe higher risk, but maybe not higher risk, but just larger products, maybe with higher fees that have larger potential upfront costs, but you know that they're going to sell well because you already have the smaller versions of those products.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Was there anything you tried with this business that didn't work as well? Any designs that didn't work as well, or PPC campaigns, or really anything, marketing strategy?
Well, there are things I learned over time. Even the fact that keyword ranking matters a lot at Amazon FBA. And the way you get keywords ranking is not only because of your listing. Your listing obviously is the first one. It has to be well researched and you have to put all the keywords that people are going to search for and it has to be optimized. Yes, that is the most important one. But to sustain the listing in the competition, to have it run continuously, you have also consistently get sales. And that's the reason why I had to offer something cheaper. Basically, the products allowed me to do that and offer different variety of products. And the cheaper products get ranked a lot because there will be a lot of demand, there will be a lot of sales. The more sales you get, the more ranking. And that is something I learned in my first year because the first product I had, it was in large standard. And the demand is still there, but you don't get as much sales as a much lower price product. So that was one of the things I learned. Another thing was like my first product was a little complicated in terms of design. And that seems to be not a good idea usually when you are trying to sell products at huge quantities in bulk. Differentiation is key, but you have to also be not complicated. You have to make things as simple as possible. So that was also another lesson I learned. which, in my next products, I was able to launch new products with these two things in mind. And that's what helped me with sales volume.
Yeah, that's a really great point, especially for the first product. You can feel so much pressure to make something that's so different and so much better than the competition in every way. And so it becomes more complicated than it needs to, and it's not healthy.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
said it better. Yeah, that was exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm understanding this better now. Your less expensive products, they bring more of the traffic in. They drive more traffic because they rank better, and maybe the lower price draws a larger volume of people. But once they arrive on your listings, they have the option to purchase the more expensive products. And I like that because it's a nice strategy, because in other stores you see that the products are separate listings, and so maybe you can't really benefit as much from that strategy. But in your case, your
Exactly.
business is set up, yeah, in that way.
I never set up PPC, or I never did any marketing for the other products that are in the listing. They just get sold because people, once they get to the listing through the PPC and advertising I do for the affordable products, once people get to the listing, they just buy whatever they want. So that is the profit margin I get from the other listings, which are like variants in the same listings, are just profits.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, that's super insightful. Well, let's move on to the work that you do on this business for maintenance. I know it's not a very old business, but at this point, it's likely that you're in operation mode. So, can you tell me the amount and the type of work you do on this business for maintenance?
Sure. So I have two brands. The first brand is the one that 95% of the sales volume come from the first brand. The second brand has only one product. So the first brand, everything is set up. I have been working with the supplier since 2019. I have a freight forwarder who is close to the supplier. So what I need to do is basically manage the inventory, take a look how much inventory I have and how long it's gonna last. And when it is time to order, I just make the order. Once it's completed, it will be sent to the freight forwarder. And the freight forwarder provides me a lot of services, and it's quite affordable services. They store the product that I'm not gonna ship if I'm not shipping everything at a very affordable rates. They also ship directly to Amazon FBA. So I don't have to deal even with customs or anything like that. So basically, I make the order, and the supplier and the freight forwarder work together to get the product to Amazon FBA. Once it is at Amazon FBA, what I need to do is make sure that my rankings are in good shape. Basically, I take a look on my brand register, so I take a look at my keyword performance. Some keywords are seasonal, so I have to adjust my marketing strategy, PPC, based on those. And those are very minimal, it doesn't require me a lot of work. Making sure that I am fully stocked and making sure that I am not overspending with PPC are the only two things I do with this brand, which 95% of the sales come from this brand. The second brand is new, and it has one product, which is print on demand product. It's a custom product. So I am enrolled in the custom program. My seller account is enrolled in the custom program. With this program, I am able to offer a listing where users will be able to add customization to the product. So they can take photos and things like that. And the order will be produced once with all the customization. And the challenge with this one is Amazon does not give you a ready file of the customization so that it can be automatically sent to the manufacturer or print on demand supplier. You just get the customization, but then it involves a little bit of manual work in order to prepare the file and send it to the print on demand supplier. So there is a little bit of integration issue. The workflow is not automated there, and it is a one product, and it's something I was trying to see if I can scale it or grow it, because it doesn't require any inventory, it doesn't require any setup, and since I had cash flow problems, I wanted to integrate something that's not gonna cost me sell. So that is there. The revenue is not that big, but that will require a little bit of manual work than my first brand.
Got it. Yeah. And I think while that's a smaller part of your business, it's definitely an opportunity if a buyer wants to grow that part of the business out. But it also seems like with the first brand, I mean, the products are light, they're inexpensive to store. Your freight forwarder stores a portion of it, sends it directly to Amazon fulfillment centers. So it seems like that's a very simple operation that a buyer can grow out if they wanted to just focus on that brand. But yeah, it seems like they have opportunity if they want to spend more time on the print on demand part of the business.
Yeah, both have a huge opportunity for growth.
Can you tell me about the opportunities? If you were to keep the business, how you would try to grow it for those two sides?
So the first brand, at the moment, it's one line of product. But this niche happens to be something like you have a lot of complementary products that you can offer that go along with the main product.
Right. I could see that.
Exactly, yeah. So at the moment, if I go to my listing at Amazon, there are frequently both products, and they are there just because one person or at one time bought something along with my product. It's not for that reason. It is consistently people, other sellers are selling products that goes or that complements with mine. And there are a number of product lines that can be offered under this brand, and it will be much more convenient for customers to just buy from the same brand. And especially if they like the brand, in my case, they like it a lot because majority of these listings have 4.7 star ratings. And there is a reason for that because one of the differentiation I did was also on the quality of the product, and I see an increasing number of customers searching for the brand. I can see that from brand analytics at Amazon. So this means the brand can grow much better if it were to be offer customers shop all the things they need conveniently together and with the designs that complement each other. Sometimes they don't find exactly the same thing they want that complements with my product. So I see that they buy something that is closely related, but it's not the exact
Right.
design or the exact color. So if I were to offer, because color and design is the main two things
Sure.
that I offer, and if the same color and the same design with complementary products were to be offered along with the main product, there will be a much more demand, and this will help with also have a greater brand recognition because things are being offered in different product lines complement each other. So that will give the brand much more visibility as well. So huge growth opportunity for the first brand. The revenue I'm able to generate at the moment is just with one line of product. The second one, there is also a huge opportunity for growth for the second one because I'm currently using a print-on-demand supplier who is available in US, Canada, Mexico, and Europe, UK, and other European countries. Though with Amazon the process is not automated, the supplier offers automation with the other marketplaces, Etsy and other marketplaces, and Shopify as well. So Amazon has a much bigger, I think, search volume. It will be much easier to find customers from Amazon, but there are other marketplaces that are fully integrated with this print-on-demand supplier so that the workflow is like smooth and automated. But with a little bit of work, especially if the buyer has time to invest on the print on demand or can hire someone, I see also a huge growth opportunity because only one product is being offered at the moment. And this product, I don't even run PPC on it because there is no competition at Amazon right now. It's just ranked there. The sales volume is not huge,
But you only have one product too. So,
one product, and I don't even advertise it, and has much bigger profit margin but a little bit of manual work.
right. And that's also an opportunity I can see if a business owner wanted to not only sell on Amazon, if they wanted to diversify their revenue streams, maybe sell on Etsy or another online channel so that they're not as dependent on Amazon.
Exactly. So, I wasn't planning to sell the business until recently. And the reason why I launched this product under this brand and I registered the brand is not to just sell one product. That was the first product, but the plan was to extend this product in Amazon and other sales channels, Etsy and Shopify, especially.
Got it. Okay, yeah, sounds like there are quite a few opportunities here for growth, and you've just started testing out some pathways that have not been grown yet at all, but are showing some signs of promise. Okay, well, let's talk about the risks. I know I mentioned a little bit about diversifying revenue streams. What do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Yeah, so the biggest risk is kind of passing right now because the industry where I sell, the niche, this particular one, was impacted much more than other businesses, I think, because of COVID-19. Because it requires people to gather, the products are related to gatherings. So basically, it was much impacted, but a strong growth despite that in the last 18 months or so. So that was the biggest challenge for me, but it seems like it has been consistently growing, and I don't see that will be a challenge any longer. If any things are going to get better and better in terms of that, I think. So there will be more growth. So that was the main challenge I had. What I would mention as a challenge right now is like changing policies with Amazon. And so far, there was nothing that negatively impacted the business because of Amazon changes. But products are well run, and any change in Amazon ranking algorithm may affect the rankings. I haven't had such a problem until now, but again, selling at Amazon, you cannot be 100% sure about that, though I haven't been impacted in the last 2 years.
Oh, okay. You hadn't been impacted over the last 2 years just until right now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, since I started selling at Amazon, I think a couple of times or three times there has been a change to the Amazon algorithm when it comes to ranking. But it's resolved and it didn't have any long lasting impact on the way my products were ranked. So, what I'm saying is there is always a risk when things change with Amazon, with the software they use for determining the rankings of products or for which keyword which product is ranked. The risk is there, but in my case, it was not an issue. My products were always ranked very well, and sometimes when things change, a couple of times I had this experience, but it is something that they resolve by themselves, like in a day or two. So no long-lasting impact from changing algorithm updates to Amazon. That's the only thing. Other than that, really, I can't mention of any risk that is particular to this brand or products.
Okay. And that's actually a good thing to hear about that this category has gone through algorithm updates as far as keyword rankings. But despite those updates, the sales haven't been significantly impacted or that the change hasn't lasted for more than a day or two. Now, that's a very good sign as far as just the performance of your brand in the future when these algorithm updates continue to happen. Okay. So, the last few questions here to wrap this up. How much support are you willing to offer a new buyer?
I would like to provide as much support as possible because I want to make sure that the new buyer is comfortable, get the support that they need. I know this business is going to do well, so I want to make sure that the buyer gets all the support they need. I will be happy to provide 60 days of support, phone and email, to make sure that happens.
Okay, excellent. And would you commit to a non compete on this business after it's sold?
Yeah, I can commit to that.
Okay, perfect. And are you open to something like an earnout?
So that will be not ideal for me because the reason why I'm selling this business is to have the capital I need for a new startup. So that's not ideal.
Sure, sounds good. All right, last two questions. Putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
This is a business worth buying because of the growth potential. This business, even if I don't offer new lines of product, even if I would just to keep the current products, it has been growing consistently. And chances are that from what I see, it's gonna keep growing. And if a buyer could offer new lines of products that are complementary to these ones, I think there is a great potential. There is a great potential for growth. There is great potential for earning more profits, more revenue. I wouldn't have sold this business if I wasn't planning to have a new startup and I needed the capital, because I'm sure that it's going to grow and it's going to do very well.
Got it. It certainly seems like there are many opportunities or directions you can take this business, whether it's the first brand, the second brand, or both of the brands. Okay. Last question then. Is there anything you'd like to add that you think I might have missed during the interview?
Yeah, so there are 4 SKUs that I offer that are not part of these 2 brands. And these were something I was selling before I joined Amazon FBA. So these 4 SKUs are not part of these 2 brands, but it is something, the sales that come from these 4 SKUs are not huge in volume, but there is a huge profit margin. So I just want to mention that these are unique products catering for unique customers. There are no products at Amazon or any marketplace exactly offering the same thing. They are quite unique product. They cater for quite specific customers and very minimal running cost, almost no PPC or advertisement cost because they are unique and they are well run. There is no huge volume, but they are there and they give consistent income. So there are these 4 SKUs, just to clarify that they are not part of these 2 brands.
Okay. Well, good to know that those are included in the sale as well. All right. Well, I think this is a great place to wrap up. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Goitam, thank you so much for sharing your story and joining us on today's episode. And I do hope your business is purchased in the near future and by the right buyer.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 63507. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.